server and see how our internet goes with that. So I think that's because the people, as I said, that seemed to have made that group were all graphics designers, but they weren't sort of the people who did all the commercial dealings for NW. So there must be some
guys,
split
line up behind me here.
entertainment on how that came to exist.
Okay. Very well.
Interesting facts there. But I will watch it closely though. It looks interesting, but I think to me it seems a bit fanboy rushed at the moment. The graphic and game guys have said, oh, let's make an awesome game, but how are we meant to sell it though? It's on green light at the moment. Okay, last
Come on
round.
guys, let's get this line in.
Okay everyone, now what's happening here?
Hi, thank you.
Ritter von Varenheit, I want you to go to the back of the line between Loki and Karte. Between Loki and...
Oh!
and
Oh my god.
Oh no. Alright company, we gotta move. It took a lot of time to move out.
Was there just a moment ago?
They're freaking out. Okay company, let's move now please. Let's try and move. Let's just order
Come on, gentlemen.
ourselves and move out.
Before we get hit by another cannon.
Is
Yeah.
this a last round?
I have two of the
This is the last
Oh.
round. Oh no. They're more lost. Okay. Alright gentlemen, now you know that was not good gentlemen. One thing that I've noticed severely that we've done very poorly today is that when there's a musician, everyone doesn't know how to line up anymore. Now we do training to assist with our lines, but logically there will be situations where people die or the line is disorganized from what we saw in training. So if you notice one of the members that you're in front of is a musician, then obviously that means you will be in front of someone different from that person as well too. So one thing I noticed as well is many of the members were just sitting around and waiting for the person in front of them to move there, but that person was a musician and thus they didn't move to take that spot. So remember, that's not always the case. If they're a musician, then obviously they won't be in the line, and then you'll have to move up there and take their spot. Or, here's an idea of thought, we could do something different. What if the musician did line up with the line and then left the line after the line was ready, and everyone moved forward there?
Yeah, that's good.
We could try that next time.
As well. What if we had the people remember who's two people ahead of them?
We could do that as well too. That way people would know
That would be
who's...
possible to look out without the key.
I think medic that would work, but it would be coming in, let's hold and face around for a moment. But I think that would work, as you said, medic. But I think just having the musician in the line probably makes it a bit easier for micromanaging as well. You could do it that everyone knows the person, two people in front of them as well. But I think if we just put the musician in the line for the beginning, just for when we spawn him, that probably would be better, as that way people have to remember less. Oh dear.
Smiley face.
Ah, yes. I don't mind people using smiley faces, but sometimes they're just not used in the right time. Like, I remember there's some of you gentlemen, not all of you, and there's some people, I remember because some of the Filipinos do this too, where they say they're not coming to the event, or I can't come today, smiley face. No, you're not meant, yeah. You gentlemen know that.
If there's an upwards facing nose in the middle of a smiley face, it's probably meant to be ironic.
Yes.
Well,
our cavalry
rest
is
in peace,
dead.
Cannons.
Our cannons are dead. They are gone.
That's fine.
So's Edler von Erlich.
Even this round.
Edler von Erlich. Yeah, our cannons are gone massively. Okay, we've got lines coming. So company face left. Graf von Inselbach. Nearly there, so don't. Oh yeah, you died. That's right.
Yep.
I think we had a bit too much cannon magnetism today. Not normally it's just one or two, but a bit too much today. Let's move out, everyone. Okay. Let's push forward, and then we'll fire some volleys at them.
A musician can pick up swords, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. Okay. It looks like they're retreating. We could get a shot of them. Company hold, face left, and fire will at the enemies. A bit far.
Come on, fix the line.
Face right, company.
God save the
And company, let's move out. And company, lightning speed. And we'll go back around.
I'm back and I realized that I got hit and I'm dead.
Yep.
This is company hold, face left. Okay, they're gonna probably come over the hill one more time, so that regiment has the right idea, but let's present a bit later.
I can see some light hats to the left of that hill.
Yep, company, make ready, present, and fire. It's a bit hard to hit them, but actually I'm going to do something a bit risky here. Feels from God until I might die, but I'll try something. I just want to see how much hill cover we have. Keep firing the road for the moment. Fire. We do have some hill cover, that's good. Which we might step back a little bit. Company, just step back 2 steps and form a line to my left. Okay, continue firing well now, Julian.
You safe?
Can you still see it?
Enemy's cav is right.
I see them. I'll keep my eye on them. We might have to form a square. Because we have our cavalryman who killed his horse. Okay, yeah, they are coming from the rear. I see them. Company, about hold fire, face right. Just got to be careful of their cavalry. They will try and cut us off, I imagine. Okay, company. Or they're withdrawing. Okay, company, move out. Now, I don't think... Let's just hold company, hold again and face left. We'll take this spot of allies. We don't necessarily want to prevent the enemy or make the enemy get close. Their plan is probably to use their cavalry to lure us to get close and then fire some deadly volleys into us. So we need to at least keep their line regiments away from us at the moment. Now, I think their regiments are still over those hills at the moment, both of them. So, and their cavalry have just gone behind that hill. Okay. Company face left. Company move out.
Like,
Low key.
Company hold, face right.
permission to give it. Okay.
Got OC troll.
Low key.
Yes,
K
we-
Karte, what's happening here?
No, low key was stopped, so I stopped.
Okay, alright, but Loki's... Hello, Loki, hello. Where's Loki gone? Ah, he's back, he's back. Okay, company
Low-key is
hold,
low-key.
face right. Oh, company, face left. Alright, here we go. Company form square method 2. Can we do it? In position. Bayonets out. Start stabbing everyone. Probably needed 1 or 2 more seconds there.
Oh, they got one.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Probably should have left a little bit. Probably done it a bit earlier there. Okay. Alright,
Yeah, we
good.
lose. There's
It's probably
2 regiments
instinctual, but
incoming.
people do leave formation straight away. I don't know why.
It is
Yeah, we saw
instinctual
like a
for
bunch
some
of
reason.
information.
It's
Yeah, but
observation.
and Blitz loses point.
yeah, the irony is when you form a square, if you stay together you live, but self-preservation means they leave and get killed. So.
Because like if you just start stabbing, you know, before they arrive a little
They
bit.
won't go towards you normally, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Blitz. The person you killed was someone from another regiment.
Yeah, I think it was from another regiment. Okay then. Alright, well that's... Well, we'll just wait to the end of the round. And then we'll just formalise the rest of everything as well too.
I think in the... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think in the case of Asars it's even worse because I've noticed that they can gain speed in a short period
Short
of time.
moments, yes.
Which really is very confusing if you're trying to get your stab, you know, a little bit ahead in time. They can gain speed very quickly and reduce it very quickly. So it's very unpredictable, you know. Makes them very unpredictable, whereas heavier cav is generally slower.
Not to mention,
Yes, but-
Cav is notoriously broken in Mountain Blade, even in native.
Yeah.
You can have an
Cavalry's
entire
very
army of Cav and win every single battle in native.
Yeah,
Smarty and
that's
Knight says.
Pretty much. You could demount them and they'd win.
Well, to be fair, in medieval combat, that's sort of how cavalry was for most battles. However, once pikes were introduced and things in the 1400s and later medieval period, the use of cavalry significantly decreased. But as I mentioned as well too, I mean, heavy cavalry or knights for melee, they weren't very cheap to get anyway, so even though they were overpowerful and tanked units, you could only have a very small number of them, and thus when we get to the 1500s and 1600s, particularly the 1600s and 1700s, knights were not useful anymore, and they used different types of cavalry. Anyway, let's leave the server now. Thanks for coming, everyone. You can jump up in the air and swap to spectator and then leave the server.
That was quite short.
It was a shorter event, actually. It did end a bit earlier than normal. Okay, just leave the server, everyone. It's all done now. Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this event. I would say that this event was... we didn't do too well today, but I think some of it was due to the enemy being quite skilled with their team. Others was some of our skills as well, too. For next week, for our training... our shooting was, well, we didn't really get any opportunities to test our shooting today, really, apart from that regiment at the beginning of the first round, so I couldn't really confirm whether our training paid off or not. We got a couple of shots off it, a couple of points, but most of the time we were in melee. So next week what we probably will do, and this is my idea for Saturday, is we probably will do both shooting and melee, but the melee will not be focused on infantry combat. It will be focused on taking out horses in combat instead. So the melee will be a little different then for the training. Okay, now on that note, just a couple of other announcements too. Now, for those who may have played in NA activities before, or may know who Freiherr von Adler is, he is retiring from the regiment now as well too. He has he said he needs a few months leave as well too, and he may return in a couple of months now. So he will be saying his final farewells at the end of the promotion ceremony for Irenix and Edler von Wolfenscheit later tonight as well, if you do want to say goodbye to him. At that time, his computer is broken, so he can't actually play Warband at the moment as well too anyway. The irony is he said, okay, alright, so I'm going away for 2 months, so I'll come this week and next week for the end of January and have some final events and say goodbye to everyone, but his computer's broken, so he can't do that. So he can pop onto TeamSpeak on his laptop though, and he'll do that later today at the NA event. Okay, thanks for coming, everyone. Now, I just need a few people to remain behind. I'll need the Unteroffiziers, the UKDs, and all the staff members. I'll also need Edler von Troyen for a few moments. I'll also need Mr. Blitz as well, Blitzkrieg is, as well as, I think that's just all I need at the moment. So, Blitz, Edler von Troyen, and staff members. Everyone else is welcome to head off. Thanks for coming, gentlemen, and I'll see some of... Actually, how could I forget? If you want to come to the NA event tonight, remember there is a promotion ceremony on, so it does start at 6:30 PM EST rather than 7 PM EST. It's in the documents and also on the Steam page if you're confused exactly as to what time it starts in your respective time zone. You can ask me what it is too if you're confused, but there is a promotion ceremony tonight for the NA region. Okay, just need those gentlemen that I mentioned, so all Unteroffiziers and Offiziers, Mr. Blitz, Krieg, as well as Edler von Troyen for a few moments. Okay, thanks for popping in, everyone, and have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, breakfast, dinner, etc., etc., etc.
Wake up. User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Freiherr von Adler, sniff sniff.
Okay, alright. Okay, so, so, Mr. Blitz, that surprised me as well, too, on what the admin thought about your name. Normally, I would expect them to not concern themselves about that much, even if they are German as well, too. But look, I know you are young as well, too, but I remember when I was in West Germany, any mention at that time to Nazi-related things was strictly prohibited, and, you could pay. I remember at one point, and I think it was well, no, I wasn't there, but my dad was telling me that when he was in West Germany in the 50s, which was just after World War II, as you probably know, you could, I think some of the fines for just even doing a Hitler salute were well over 1,000 marks at the time. And that's a lot of money, almost $1,000 for those things, and you could be jailed for mentioning things like that as well, to put into detention. It was pretty hardcore, but logically that's the only way to get rid of things like that. If they want to change their society rapidly, they need to take a very hardcore stance to it. So for me in itself, it's not that, and because I do have private things and I work, as you obviously all know, things like confidentiality as well as people's opinions and things are very important when you work with clients and things. So I can imagine why you didn't think it as a serious thing as well too. But as I said, if you want to, I think, Mr. Blitz, it's probably best that if you just call yourself Blitz, then there won't be another problem at the Saturday EU one. It's not that, I don't think any other line battles had problems with it, but as I said, otherwise you just have to rename yourself every Saturday, which is a problem. So we'll just call you Blitz from now on. Yeah. But you should still be able to go to the events, though. The app, and that was a bit interesting, I thought. Okay, that's all. Now, also to Mr. Blitz, there was one thing that I needed someone to do with you. Perhaps, if you're up to it, Grafon in Sabak, would you like to show Mr. Blitz the Levonelli?
Yeah.
Some uncoordinated moving skills there. Where do you?
After we're
What?
done talking.
Merry Christmas,
Okay,
everyone.
User
that's
disconnected
all right.
from your
But
channel.
goodbye, Mr. Cage. But Ed Grafon in Sabak, would you like to show Mr. Blitz the specialist applications and preferences document and go through him with that?
Yeah, sure. I can't remember which channel it's in now.
It's in this one.
Okay.
If you want to. Okay, I'll just move you two down so you can sort that out.
User was moved out of your channel. Buddy was moved out of your channel.
Actually, hold on one moment.
User was moved to your channel. Buddy was moved to
We'll
your
just do that in
channel.
one moment. Sorry, Grafon in Sabak, because I think at Levon Trine, I'm correct in saying that that was the last event you'll be able to go for a long time as well.
Yes.
When was the next time you were able to play again? It's a long time, wasn't it, Ed Levant?
Perhaps August or September.
Yeah,
Because,
August
like
or
I told you,
September.
I need to finish my master's degree, so I'm in the dissertation phase, and I will be constantly talking with the teacher, and I cannot, just delay my work because she will be counting on me doing everything in time.
Okay, alright, well, I'm happy. What I'll need you to do then, Ed Levant Trine, is I'll need you to leave the Steam group, and then I can finalise the rest of everything. But that obviously means that I don't see you playing Europa Universalis 4 during the times of our events. I'd be a bit disheartened if that happened.
Okay.
But yes, once you leave the Steam group, I can deal with everything else then. And good luck with your studies as well too, and your
Thank you.
final year as well too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I don't know what will be happening in August with the regiment. Who knows? But if you are around and want to pop in, you're more
Yes,
than
of
welcome
course,
to pop in.
Hopefully Bannerlord is out by that time as well.
Well,
Yeah.
such ancient myths are still being circulated. Probably when you get back, there'll still be ancient myths. No one knows exactly about it. Yes, well, we'll see. Okay, well, have a nice evening.
Ciao, and
And-
Okay, bye guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay.
And another one bites the dust.
User was moved out of your channel. Buddy was moved out of your channel.
Okay, I'll just move all the staff members down now. Here.
User was moved out of your channel. Your channel. User left your channel. User
Yes,
was
bye.
moved out of your channel. Left your channel.
Mr. Scooper.
Good. Yeah.
Just moving down. Yes. I'll be back in a moment. I'm
User
just
was
talking with
moved
the
out
staff
of your
members
channel.
for a bit.
Okay. Do
Buddy was
you
moved out of your
want to
channel.
talk with me something or?
No, it's okay, Mr. Scooper. You're all good, my friend. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks for coming today anyway, and hopefully see you next week.